Hi there, it's Isabel from Autism Untouched. So sorry that I've been so quiet in making videos. It's not because um, I don't want to. I really am excited about our autistic community, but I have been so busy with Matthew and with a lot of other things. I have been going for training. So on the AAC apps, I'm so tired. I've rushed so much today. Prologue to go, touch, chat, and lamp. So at the moment, Matthew is trialing Prologue to go, and I've specifically chosen that. I've looked at lamp and touch chat, and I just had that gut feeling, like we spoke about that gut feeling before, that Prologue to go is probably what is going to be best for Matthew because it seemed simple to me to learn how to operate it, and I'm going to make a video about it. But what the purpose of this video that I wanted to make was really about pre-verbal and non-verbal and the difference. That is, again, it's in my opinion. Pre-verbal to me is when your child is using words, single words. They are still making a lot of sounds, but they are not having conversation. They can't really answer questions. If they answer you, it's yes or no, or no, or I don't want. In Matthew's case, he is going to be 8 the 6th of January. He was diagnosed at the age of 3 with autism, severe autism, and at the age of 5, I had him reassessed by a different specialist, and he was again just confirmed that he is autistic. He's on the spectrum, but he was actually making so much progress because he started with therapy, speech therapy, really early, like 3 years old, and he was doing really well. But I would definitely say that has had an impact, the speech therapy, but definitely also visuals. Since I started using visuals when he was the core board, like I've showed you before, when he was 3 years old, and about 6 months ago, I got him an iPad because I knew it was going to go to the next phase, and so now that's where we're at now. He's speech therapist. I had a meeting with her and she trained me on the new AAC app, and I will be going back for more training. But at this point, this is what we are trying, and I must tell you, it is working. I can definitely see the difference between the. I can see if I'll go and show it to you. The difference between Matthew's core board, the original core board that he had, like I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that is what it looks like. The one that he always used, but now he is using touch chat. I mean, not touch chat, sorry, touch chat. That'll be our next app at Prologue to go. So yes, non-verbal being the way Matthew was when he was 3 years old. He only made noises. He could not speak. Between 5 and 6 years old, he started saying his first words. It was mostly dad, yes, no, or he would say cheese, or things, just basically singular words. I would say in the last 6 to 12 months, since he's had his iPad, since he's had more exposure to more visuals, to more educational videos that he watches online, it's definitely made a big difference in his speech. And right now, he is learning to use Prologue to go, the app that's on his on the iPad. The school is trialing that with him for 2 weeks. So I'll be giving feedback on that, and I'll show you guys how it looks and how I'm using it. And I mean, it's things we are sharing with each other as parents of special needs kids or autistic kids. And I maybe something that I'm doing is helping you. I am open for suggestions from other people, to also give advice on my to comment on the videos that I make, because in all honesty, it's not a competition. I'm not doing this for financial gain. I'm making these videos primarily to change people's perspective about autistic kids. That if we just see them as different and not abnormal, as learning in a different matter, it'll make their lives much easier. But to me, definitely that is the difference between non-verbal and pre-verbal, is that I would say Matthew is at the pre-verbal stage now because he is using words. Um, he's using some words in a sentence, and that is all picked up tremendously since he has been, like I said, more exposed to technology, to electronics. I know you don't always have access to those things, but to me, the starting just with visuals, you can make your own visuals if you really are in a country where nothing is available. I have to really ask around and knock on doors and ask for ideas everywhere to help me, just to create a system to help Matthew transition from non-verbal to verbal. In the beginning, the speech therapist and the doctors that diagnosed him at first, in those first 5 years, they were very reluctant to even say that he will be able to talk. They kept on telling me, don't get your hopes up, he'll probably be non-verbal for the rest of his life, but he's not. Definitely there is resources out there, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that can help your child to transition from non-verbal to verbal. It's just a matter of, you're going to have to spend time with your child, you're going to have to persevere, and also when they're asking or requesting for something, instead of just giving it, refer back to the core board in my case, or the iPad now, and I try to encourage Matthew to use it, because what is so lovely about the prologue to go, instead of the core board, now when Matthew presses something I or want, then it actually verbally, audibly say the word. It says the word and he hears that, and it goes with a visual, and I'm pretty sure that is where the success of these AAC apps lies. It's an amazing tool for our autistic kids, and something I would recommend to anybody. I've seen Matthew's only been using this app for a few days. I mean, I've only got it in the evenings, really, and on a weekend, and I already can see the change. He's getting so good at using it, and as we go along, I hope that he'll be able to use it on a permanent basis. I will probably have to purchase the app myself, from what I've understood from the school and the resources. He's borrowing the school's iPad because he's got his own iPad at home. But the whole idea is and I would advise that to you, if your child is non-verbal or pre-verbal, get some trials of the apps before you just go buy one, because they are expensive, and even though we want our kids to have the best, it's also important to know what is they are compatible with and what's going to work for them. So thanks for listening. That was Isabel from Autism Untouched, just a quick video about pre-verbal and verbal, and just telling you guys how I see it, and you can agree or disagree, but yes, let's not give up hope that our kids will talk and have good conversations as they grow up. Bye bye.